Hello children, it's Miss Onn, I'm back again. I so enjoyed reading you the story of Slinky Malinky the other day that I thought I'd just have to read you another one. This time the horse won't be featuring in it, although he did have a lovely time. This time there's going to be a different kind of creature. And this creature is one of these. I've chosen this story because of a lovely story Mrs O'Loughlin shared with me all about one of these animals. It's a beaver, isn't it, children? Do you like him? Isn't he lovely? I love my beaver. We call him Brian in our house. You can tell he's very much loved. He's a little bit baggy around the seams. Sometimes we have to shake him because all the stuffing falls out of his head, and then he looks a lot better again. So, my friend Brian here is going to feature in this story. Let's pop him down a moment. It's the story of Little Beaver and the Echo. And it's by Amy MacDonald and it's illustrated by Sarah Fox Davies. Let's find out what's going to happen. I'm going to just put my little beaver down here to start with because that's where the story begins. I hope you're all ready and snuggled up in your pyjamas, ready for our story. Little Beaver lived all alone by the edge of a big pond. Can you see my pond here? He didn't have any brothers. He didn't have any sisters. But worst of all, he didn't have any friends. One day he was sitting by the side of the pond and he began to cry. He cried out loud. And then he cried out louder. Look at poor little Beaver crying. He's falling over, he's crying so much. He's very upset, poor little Beaver. But suddenly he heard something very strange. On the other side of the pond, someone else was crying too. Little Beaver stopped crying and he listened. The other crying stopped. Little Beaver was alone again. "Oh, boo-hoo," he said. "Boo-hoo," said the voice from across the pond. "Wah," said Little Beaver. "Wah," said the voice from across the pond. Little Beaver stopped crying. "Hello," he called. "Hello." "Hello," said the voice from across the pond. "Hello." "Why are you crying?" asked Little Beaver. "Why are you crying?" asked the voice from across the pond. Little Beaver thought for a moment. "I'm lonely," he said. "I need a friend." "I'm lonely," said the voice from across the pond. "I need a friend." Little Beaver couldn't believe it. On the other side of the pond lived somebody else who was sad and needed a friend. So he got right into his boat and he set off to find him. This is Little Beaver's boat. We're going to put him inside. I hope he's not going to fall over. After all, he is rather baggy at the seams. Sit up, Little Beaver. There you go. That looks okay, doesn't it? Let's see if he can find this voice from across the pond. It was a big pond. He paddled and he paddled. And then he saw a young duck swimming in circles all by himself. I do believe we have that young duck here, swimming in circles all by himself. I'm looking for someone who needs a friend, said the little beaver. Was it you who was crying? Oh, I do need a friend, said the duck. But it wasn't me who was crying. Well, I'll be your friend, said little beaver. Come with me. So the little duck jumped into the boat. Let's pop him just here. There. They paddled and they paddled, and then they saw a young otter who was sliding up and down the bank all by himself. Oh my goodness, here we have that young otter sliding up and down all by himself. We're looking for someone who needs a friend, said the little beaver. Was it you who was crying? Oh, I do need a friend, said the otter. But it wasn't me who was crying. Oh, we'll be your friend, said the little beaver and the duck. Come with us. So the otter jumped into the boat. Let's put him in. I hope he's going to fit. Oh, perfect. Just right. They paddled and paddled, and then they saw a young turtle sunning himself all alone on a rock. Let's find the turtle. Here he is. And there he is, sunning himself. We're looking for someone who needs a friend, said little beaver. Was it you who was crying? Oh, I do need a friend, said the turtle. But it wasn't me who was crying. Oh, we'll be your friend, said the little beaver and the duck and the otter. Come with us. Do you think he's going to go with them? I think he will. So the turtle jumped into the boat. Let's see where he's going to go. I think he's going to go down here. Oh, just right. And they paddled and they paddled to the end of the pond. Let's move them to the end. There they are. Now, here lived a wise old beaver in a mud house all alone. And I do believe he's here. Here's my wise old beaver. Isn't he beautiful, children? I'm going to just place him here. Little Beaver told him how they had paddled all around the pond to find out who was crying. It wasn't the duck, he said. It wasn't the otter, and it wasn't the turtle. Who was it? I wonder if the wise old beaver will know the answer. It was the echo, said the wise old beaver. Where does he live? Asked little Beaver. Oh, on the other side of the pond, said the wise old beaver. No matter where you are, the echo is always across the pond from you. Well, why is he crying? Said little Beaver. When you are sad, the echo is sad too, said the wise old beaver. And when you are happy, the echo is happy too. I find him and be his friend?" asked little Beaver. "He doesn't have any friends, and neither do I." "Except for me," said the duck. "And me," said the otter. "And me," said the turtle. Little Beaver looked surprised. "Oh, yes," he said, "I have lots of friends now." And he was so happy that he said it again from across the pond. And he said it very loudly. "I have lots of friends now." And the voice from across the pond answered him, saying, "I have lots of friends now." "You see," said the wise old Beaver, "when you're happy, the echo is happy. When you have friends, he has friends too." "Hooray!" shouted little Beaver, and the duck, and the otter, and the turtle, all together. And the echo shouted back to them, "Hooray!" And that is the end of the story of Little Beaver and the Echo. Even if you can't see your friends' children, you know that they're there. And if you just call out to them, they will be listening. Night night, my darlings. Sleep well.